or the director, or one of them, for the Wildwood Community Center Children's Program. Billy Hazelif takes no time for himself. It's all about the children. All about the children. He's formulated a relationship with these kids, this bond that is so special. That is so special. Billy gives his time to the kids of the St. Petersburg area on a daily basis. Billy also have two children himself. I want to nominate Billy Hazley because Billy have worked with these kids, helped them change their lives, helped them complete school, helped them get their grades up a little better, and he also get donations and help them kids learn to go out and feed the homeless. So I would like to nominate Billy Hazley. Hazley, I believe, I hope I'm spelling it correct or pronouncing it correct. He works at the Jet Jackson Recreational Center, also known as Wildwood, in St. Petersburg, Florida.
You know, even when they don't know your name, they know you. And they know your name and they're not even sure. Actually, we're pleased to say that Mr. Hazelleaf and his wife, who I said looks like Lisa Bonet, and doesn't she? They braved the wilds of Tampa Bay to come here today. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce William Hazelleaf. Okay, so how long have you been working with the City of St. Pete, the Recreation Department?
I've been working with the City of St. Pete for about 7 years, but I've been doing youth development for 15 years. And I grew up in a youth development program, so that's kind of what kind of geared me towards this career. So.
And just out of curiosity, what exactly does your youth development program consist of?
Well, it actually started from we went. There was a bunch of killings. I was in the actual neighborhood that we are in, and we actually went into that neighborhood with the friends and all that of the kids that got killed, and we got together and went to them and tried to find out some things that they would want to do to kind of keep them off the streets or whatever. We actually gave them a survey of some things that they want to do. A lot of things they wanted to do to kind of keep them off the streets and kind of keep them out of trouble was find jobs, and they want to find mentors in the areas that they want to go. They want to be when they get older. So that's what we did. We kind of built a program that kind of adjusted to the things that they wanted. So what we did was we started a job readiness program, which successfully we got 175 teens jobs.
Really?
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
A lot of the kids, they say that they want to be doctors, they want to be police officers, they want to be lawyers, and so forth. So we found some doctors and lawyers and police officers to be like their actual mentors, so they can kind of guide them in the right direction. As well as college tours, we've been on about 5 college tours, just kind of get them out of the neighborhood and kind of see different areas and different things that they could be doing. Of course, community service. We try to do community service. That's a real big aspect as far as being what you want to do. We do a lot of adopt the block issues. So where we go, the kids in the program, they'll say, well, let's clean up my block this week. So we actually go into their neighborhood and get a group, and we'll be picking up trash and throwing stuff in trash bags, and other people will be responsive to it. So they'll come out and try to help. So you got the whole community that's doing it. So that's real big.
And then, you know, with the Adopt a Block, I've heard that once the block is cleaned up and the way the neighborhood kind of participates in that, it stays clean. Is that pretty much what your experience has been?
Exactly. And just like I said, so like when we're going through and we have a whole group of kids that's picking up trash and having fun doing it, a lot of grandmas are like, well, I'm gonna get my grandson to go out there too. So they're running out and they're picking up trash, and it's just something that they want to keep up. So it definitely was definitely.
And you know what? That kind of experience teaches the value of community, and you gotta have a grasp of what it means to be part of a community for your kindness to really come out and show. So you're nurturing the kind spirits within kids by having them pick up trash. It all starts somewhere, and I tell you, when it comes to community service, yeah, I know just from what we've heard today, this guy is incredibly modest, And yet he too will get a certificate. Oh, Mr. Paul.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's been a long day, I understand.
Got it.
Thank you, thank you. William Hazeldeep, everyone. Well, here's a lady that I did not know until we got her video. And I've had a chance to talk to her twice on the phone, and I want to tell you, this lady is absolutely a live wire in the non-hurricane sense of the word. Marcia Minatello spreads her giving spirit in a lot of directions. And Kitty Rolls is going to tell you just some of them.
Hi, my name is Kitty. I'm the office manager at Sylvia Thomas Center for Adoptive and Foster Families. I was introduced to my fan nominee 8 years ago when she called her center. Marcia Minatello is an adoptive parent, but she called to offer supports rather than requesting them. She and her husband own a photography business, and she wanted to donate free professional portraits to our families. That was the beginning of our relationship. Over the years, our paths have crossed many times. As the adoptive parent of 3 special needs children, she was always advocating speaking from firsthand experience to other families. Marcia and Bob were foster parents in New York City. They homed 9 foster children, some with special needs. When they finalized their last adoption in '92, they decided to move to Florida to accommodate their family better. Marcia was an original member of the Family Council. She presented a strategic plan to Governor Childs. She is the co-founder of the Night of 1,000 Stars, a dinner dance for persons with disabilities. She was on the Hillsborough County Diversity Advisory Council, and she participated in a roundtable discussion with Congressman Crist, where her dialogue focused on promoting awareness to the lack of services for children born to drug-addicted mothers. She's on the Association of Persons with Disabilities, and her recent presentation to our adoptive parent support group was very well received. While her children are now grown, she continues to advocate and volunteer for adoptive families and children with disabilities. For these reasons and others, I nominate Marcia Minatello as Volunteer of the Year.
And you know what? I couldn't help but notice that Marcia has the most comfortable chair in the room. And I am not going to do anything at all to have her get less comfortable just because she has won the Family Volunteer of the Year. I mean, it would seem kind of like penalizing her, you know. Oh, get out of your comfortable chair, you won, you know. It's not how that works. So I am going to, like, in situations where the mountain is in here, you go to, you know, that's... Anyway, I'm going to do that right now, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's so much.
You get a microphone too, because you get to talk.
I can do that.
Talk to her on the phone. I know.
There you go. You want a mic? Yes. You want a mic?
We're going to raffle them off. Don't come to children's for it.
Okay, Marcia, first of all, I know that you come here tonight, today rather, in the midst of planning your own event. And that makes it even more valuable to have you take time out. Trust me, I know. So why don't you tell us about the event that you're putting together?
Well, tomorrow night, this time we'll be cooking pasta for 200 people. It's called the 5th Annual Night of 1,000 Stars. And what that is a special all-out dance, dinner dance for people with disabilities, their families, and their caregivers. We honor all of them. And it takes almost a year to put it together. So I'll take a break for a month or 2 and then be back doing it again for next year. We have everything. We have red carpet. We have food donated from all areas of the community. We have our JROTCs from Bloomingdale High School come in and they do crossword so our guests can walk through the crossword. It's an amazing event and it's gotten better and better every year.
And of course, you've been an amazing lady a lot longer than that event has been amazing. What prompted you to be the giving, generous soul that you are in terms of, you know, you're taking on children in New York. I mean, and obviously, you know, continuing that spirit of giving here. Where did it all begin?
Well, that's my husband over there, who's my Uber driver, my support system.
Staff photographer.
and photographer. Yeah, he's the paparazzi. Anyway, we're a second marriage, and when we got married, I had one child, and his family had fostered and adopted children in many years ago. And we talked about it, and I wanted more children. So I said, well, you know, we were a little bit older in the second marriage, so I said, let's foster. So we started out fostering, and some of the kids who came to our door just couldn't leave for one reason or another. It just, once they walked through the door, they were ours. So I have, at this point, I have one daughter who's 29, one who's 31, and one who's 36, all of which have been born to addicted moms and have special needs due to that.
Well, one thing that I'm wondering too, because, you know, it's no secret that Florida is not one of the more generous states when it comes, yes, Governor Scott, we're talking to you, when it comes to foster families. What differences did you encounter between being a foster parent in New York compared to what you've found to be the case in Florida?
It was easier in New York because they would come to us and basically say, here's the service. In Florida, we had to fight for every service that we got, and my kids needed things from physical. My youngest daughter has 27 surgeries, and she's been in therapy. She has cerebral palsy, and she's been in therapy all her life. She's also